Alright everybody, welcome to my first ever video on the Attitude Era Universe mode series that we do every single year. Now today I'm going to be switching it up and making it different. So this year they've added where you could have, excuse me, I burped. Sorry. This year they added where you can have two shows on one day, which is awesome. So we can now have Raw versus Raw oh my goodness. Raw is War, so we can have WCW versus Raw. I'm going to show you how to set up everything so they're not actually going to be against each other, but you can kind of make it like that, and I'll show you guys kind of how you can do that. You could, so yeah. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is we want to go to Universe, and we just want to start a new one. Oh my gosh, that was loud. And then in here it will tell you where you can start one. So this is the one in the middle is my WCW and pretty much my Attitude Era. Helps if I can speak. So um, we're gonna be doing this in two parts because if we do this all in one video, this video will be like 2 hours long. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do Raw and Raw first, and then we'll do WCW last, and all setting up all the pay-per-views for Raw, and then like setting up all the pay-per-views for WWE, and then we'll set them up for WCW next video. So yeah. Alright, so we're going to want to get a few things from Community Creations before we start. So I'm just going to kind of show you guys a list of my superstars that I have. So I have Arn Anderson. Well, hold on. I'll just pick out the creations that I have that are obviously raw creations that are not like for WCW. So I got Stone Cold. I made that. We have Gold Dust. We have Hacksaw. Jim Duggan, I think, was in there. Jeff Hardy. Mankind. Matt Hardy. Also have Owen Hart, 1995. Got Ric Flair. So yeah, we got a whole bunch of awesome creations for Attitude Era. You got Shawn Michaels there. You have Triple H, Undertaker. So remember, we're doing this more based off of kind of the more early 90s for when Attitude Era just first started. So you do have Brian Pillman there. So what I'd recommend doing, I'm going to actually go on Community Creations for you guys. And what you guys can do, I'll be having videos as well. Like, if you watch my new series that I'm having called Sunday Community Exposure, it's a series where I just show my favorite creations on the Community Creations. You'll definitely catch some Attitude Era stuff on there. So if you want to go watch some of those videos, I've only done one episode so far. But once they start coming out, you can look those. But you can just also go on Community Creations and get whatever you want for your universe mode. But again, this kind of like my realistic universe mode. I'm going to go through and list everything that you're going to need. I'm only going to list like the main guys that you might need for universe mode. I'm not going to go through and list everything. So I guess the first thing we'll do is we'll just go to Community Creations real quickly, and then we'll go to Downloads, and then we'll go to Superstars, and we'll just straight up type in Attitude Era. So that way, this is going to help you find everything. So we're going to go in here, and you're just going to type in oh my gosh, Attitude Era. So it's Attitude Era. So there you go, and then we can go ahead and select Superstars, Arenas, and Shows. Actually, you might want to do Shows, because Shows is what you want. I'll do Arenas. So I just selected Superstars, Arenas, and Shows, and you can go and press Accept. And this will search up anything Attitude Era related. So it's going to search up Arenas, and Shows, and Superstars, and everything like that you guys can use. And I'm not going to be kind of downloading this in an order. I'm just going to kind of do this, in a, yeah. So, boom, start off. Degeneration X Triple H. That does not look like Triple H in that photo. You might want to get this Triple H here with the actual attire, which is by J Mella WWE #02128. I've done the tutorial on how to create Degeneration X already. You might want to get You know, there's so many creations you guys can get. I mean, so many awesome creations. We'd be here all day, but I'm gonna list them in the comment section below, so don't worry about that. I'm gonna go through and pick whatever I think you guys should download, and then we'll put them in. Like I said, I'll list them in the comment section below this video. So just go down in the comments, and you'll see everything that I've listed that you'll need. Um, and I'll list some awesome websites that you guys can use. But anyways, that's kind of that. So, if we're going to arenas, we'll go to arenas first. I kind of want to show you guys the basics right now. So you can use the Raw's War Arena that's already in the game, but I don't really like that one that much because it is really small and it's kind of glitched when you use it. Like when you use it in first person, it's really weird. So what I would recommend using is this Raw's War Arena right here. This is a really good one, and the creator of this one is Daniel Dan #72664. To find this creation, use the hashtags WWE, WWF, WCW, ECW, AEW, ROH, NJPW, Raw's War. So, yeah, this is a great arena. The one I'm actually using, though, is actually by Jumpman Jado, a very good creator, very underrated creator. He has a lot of Attitude Era creations that you guys can get. So, for example, you know, he does more of the late Attitude Era stuff. So you have like Eddie Guerrero 05, Kurt Angle 01, Chris Jericho 99. But specifically, what I was looking for is Raw's War 1998. This is a perfect arena, and this is what I needed. So again, the creator is Jumpman Jado #12363. This is a great arena. Everything looks awesome on this arena. So I'd give this arena a download if you're going to download any of these, actually. So yeah, I can't download it because I have maxed. I can't download it because I have maxed out everything for my images and all of that. So yeah. Anyways, I'm not gonna worry about SmackDown too much because I mean you can have SmackDown if you want to, but if you're gonna get SmackDown, I'd recommend getting this SmackDown arena right here, again by Jumpman Jado. #12363. So yeah, it's kind of up to you what story you're trying to tell or what whatever. So I'm just gonna list in the comments section below like the pay-per-views that I used, but I'm sure you can find a whole bunch of them on there. But anyways, let's just start up our universe mode now. So it will tell you actually once you load in everything that you've done. Like it'll tell you like welcome, and you choose either sandbox or superstar mode or whatever. So this is kind of the calendar I have. I know it looks really, really difficult to do what I'm doing, but it is not. Trust me, it's really easy. It just takes a lot of time. But this is kind of what I've been doing. These are literally all the pay-per-views that I have. So yeah, it definitely looks like it took a lot, but it didn't. I promise you that. So yeah. Alright, so what we want to do, guys, is we're going to go to edit shows to start it off. And we're going to have Raw. So Raw is going to obviously be on a Monday. And these are the participants that I do have. I don't have a lot on here, but I do have a good amount. So these are like the ones that I have, the main guys, and everyone I have on Raw. So I got Bret Hart, and this is for the story that I'm trying to tell. But if you guys are trying to make this more accurate to the real life Attitude Era, you could look on the roster, which I'll link that in the description below as well. Credit to SmackDown Hotel. But this is just the story I'm telling. So you'll see a lot of guys that probably didn't debut at this era of, you know, for example, you didn't see, I don't think Jim the Anvil Neidhart was really that big of a part of the more later era of, the 90s. So, you know, it's all what I'm trying to tell. So we have Bret Hart, British the Bulldog, Cactus Jack, China, Farouk, Goldust, which isn't the greatest Goldust creation because I started doing all this when the game first came out, so that's probably why. The Honky Tonk Man, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Jake the Snake Roberts, Jeff Hardy. Again, he didn't make his debut till 2000, so... well, he didn't really start the whole team and everything that was You know what I mean? Like he didn't start becoming all really crazy and popular until like 2000 and stuff. So that's why I got that one there. Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Kane 1997, and these are all community creations, and some of these are just in game. Ken Shamrock, Matt Hardy, Mosh, Owen Hart, Owen Hart 1995. These are all by Dr. Gorilla Nuts. Well, this one's by Dr. Gorilla Nuts. I don't think. Is it this one? One of them is by a creator. I forget his name, but shout out to Dr. Gorilla Nuts. Ravishing Rick Rude, Road Warrior Animal, Road Warrior Hawk, Rob Van Dam, Rocky Maivia, which again I added there just because that's the story I'm trying to tell. I didn't add The Rock, from later on. Shawn Michaels, 1994, and Shawn Michaels 1997. Stephanie McMahon, which now thinking about it isn't the greatest one. I found one that's better on community creations. Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, obviously the GOAT of the Attitude Era. Thrasher. We have Triple H 1998. Undertaker 1998. Vader. And then that's pretty much the roster that I have there. So that's how I did that. Again, you don't have to. Number of matches, I just did 8 just because you have promos, you have some fitting for promos, and then you can do matches. But if you'd like to, you could do 6 if you want to. I know I do that a lot, but I do 8. Match table, all this stuff is up to you on what you want to do. I'm not going to go too deep in that stuff. Same for the divisions and power rankings. Now for the champions, I do have HBK as my my world champion. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep him there. And then I do have my tag team champions as the headbangers for Raw. And then your divisions, you can edit these if you want to. Your contenders and stuff. You can edit these any way you want. So I could pick Undertaker. And then I could pick... And if I want my character to be very low... Because I don't know why my character's in here. I think I picked him because I wanted him to tell a good story. I could put Owen Hart and put him more up there so he can be the #1 leader. Or whatever. So yeah, that's all up to you. Same for the power rankings. This all I'm not going to go through. But yeah, you can if you want to. So anyways, now setting up the show details. So again, we're using the Raw is War arena that I downloaded from Community Creations. So 1997. So for the show name, you're just going to want to do Raw. This is going to be a long video, so I'm going to try to go through this quickly, but also I'm not going to skip anything. Your referee, you're going to want old school referee 1. I mean, I would just recommend... Honestly, I would just recommend doing... the old school referee 2, actually. I think that one looks better. Or did they have like a blue shirt? I think they had like a blue shirt back then. I don't know. We'll just go with the old school referee 2. So screen filter, this is going to be in the 90s, so we're going to do 1990s filter. This depends if it bothers your eyes. I know a lot of people have problems with it. I actually think it looks really cool and adds more to the universe mode and makes it more authentic. So you could do that, but I'm going to add it. But you could totally take it off if you don't want it, but I am going to add it anyways because I like it. So everything here, you have a couple options. So you could do Raw is War right there, which is the one that's already in the game, which isn't the greatest Raw is War arena, honestly. You could just straight up do the normal Raw arena, which doesn't look good at all. It looks too modern. You could do Raw 2002. This is all up to you. But what I'd recommend doing is if this is for 1997, for 1997, I would just recommend doing either the Raw that is already in the game, or you use the 80s, and this is the white 80s one. I would recommend doing that one there if you want. You could also do the Underground. I know I've done that a lot in the past. You could do... Well, the Spark looks really good, actually. You could do the Spark, the Red Spark. These are all options that you guys can do. The Classical looks bad. I don't like that one. I'd say my favorite out of all of these is actually the Spark, the red Spark. I think that one looks really good. But I'm actually going to just do Raw 1997 for everything just because it's already in the game, so why not? You transition. If you're going to do any of the other ones, I'd just at least recommend the transition being Raw as War, just because it looks cool. Overlay design, again, Raw as War. Watermark images, just added this old WWF logo. But I'm just going to add the Attitude logo, why not? Location, we're going to put this on random just because, why not? I actually don't, when I'm doing my shows, I don't like having these in countries only unless I'm doing a Raw before, like, a pay-per-view, so I'm just going to take countries off and do only the United States. That's all up to you, though. Show image, we're just going to go in here and do arena images, and then you'll pick the Raw as War one right there. Just like that, and then you can, you'll do the same for the watermark image. Just go into arena images, and it'll literally be right there under ECW, the purple one. So it's there. Commentary, excuse me. Just do general purpose. I'd recommend doing general purpose. Your arena, you want to do Raw is War 1997, of course, or whatever one you're doing. So yeah. Just a quick warning, doing this type of universe mode will destroy a lot of what you're trying to do outside of universe mode. So if you're downloading a lot of superstars, this is going to fill up your images really quickly. I've already reached my maximum space of images because of how many arenas I had to download and superstars. So that's a little quick warning for those that are doing these type of universe modes. But anyways, we're just going to go ahead and save it now. And then go ahead and save it again. And then there you go. So now we're going to get into the tag teams. So for your tag teams, I have D-Generation X, the Hardy Boys, the Hart Foundation, the Headbangers. I also have... yeah, that's pretty much all I have there. Honestly, I don't have a lot. I have the Legion of Doom as well. A lot of those other ones are WCW. Alright, so now I'm going to kind of show you guys the pay-per-views that I've set it up, and all of these you guys can get from the comment section below and the creators and everything of them. So to start off, I do actually have King of the Ring on... actually, I do have this on a Saturday night for some reason. So we have King of the Ring, 1993. I mean, this... I just used the 1993 arena that's already in the game just cause, but if you want to get more of a up-to-date one from the like 98, something like that, you can. But I like the 1993 one, so I did that one. Name, you want King of the Ring. Referee, I'm just going to do old school referee. I've got the 90s filter and all this. I'm just going to do King of the Ring just because it's already in the game, so just why not? A little bit biased for using Kansas City as the location, but why not? So yeah, you guys can do that if you want to. That's up to you though. Next pay-per-view we have is Fully Loaded, and I did not actually add a logo. I don't know why I didn't, but I did it. So this is the next pay-per-view that we have is Fully Loaded. Again, I will find this arena for you guys to actually download. So for your name, you're going to want Fully Loaded. Referee, you're going to want Standard Referee 3. Screen filter, you're going to want the 1990s filter. And then the matchup screen, I would recommend doing the 80s matchup screen. I researched everything on all these pay-per-views, and the 80s one looks the best. And a lot of these have this like different variants, and I would recommend out of all these to do the white 80s one. So not this one with the actual crowd like in the background, but this one with just the white, because you can't really tell the crowd's back there. Alright, transition, I'd recommend doing the Spark, which is going to be on Elements, and it'll be this one here, that one there. And then replay screen design, I'd recommend using Fabulous, sorry, which is this blue one, so that one there. This is all up to you, like I said. You don't have to copy exactly what I'm doing, but if you want to, you can. This is literally all up to you guys. So, overlay design, again, we'd have the 80s one. right here. Watermark image. I actually have this custom WWF logo that I got off Community Creations with one of my creations, with one of the creations I downloaded. So you should have it if you've downloaded a lot of stuff. But if you don't, you could just go in here to Arena Images and do the Attitude one or just this normal one there. But I like the WWF one. I think it looks more authentic. Location, I would just leave this on whatever you want or even random. I don't try to match the real life location, but if you want to, you can. But I just did Sydney, Australia, because I absolutely love when they go to Australia for pay-per-views. The crowd there is amazing, and Sydney, Australia is just a beautiful looking place in general. So I did Sydney, Australia. Commentary, we did day 1, 2024, but I'm going to do general purpose because the commentators doesn't matter. When I first started doing the universe mode, I thought that I would be able to get Jerry the King Lawler and Jim Ross on commentators, but you can't. It just means I don't know why it's in the game, but I promise you, I've been playing universe mode for years, and whatever you do, just don't bother changing your commentary because it doesn't make a difference at all. So just leave it on general purpose all the time. And then the arena, we're going to do fully loaded, so that's the one there that you'll want. So, noticing that there's red on the arena, you could also maybe do everything a kind of futuristic red there, or you could also do modern or the spark red again. This is all up to you. The sports red kind of looks cool as well. Like I said, all of this is up to you. So, yeah, that's what I do there. So that is fully loaded. Number of matches, I just have 7. Host of shows, you want Raw to host this. And I put this actually on May week 4 on Sunday. So this will be on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Sorry. This will be on the last day of May. Alright, next pay-per-view we have WCW, so we'll skip. But we do have a pay-per-view here in July, and this is Unforgiven. So again, I just kind of have this random. So I have this actually on July Wednesday, on the last week of July. So again, I don't have this in real life dates or anything. I'm not doing it all real life related. I'm kind of doing my own thing here. So again, if you want Unforgiven and you want to put it on the actual date, you can go ahead and do that. So I believe this was on September. So you could just go to September and put it on September if you want to. But I'm going to leave it on July. This just because this is what I'm trying to do. So it's going to have a little bit of kind of fiction into it. But like I said, this is all completely up to you. This is your universe mode. So if you want to have Unforgiven on December, you can have it on December. If you want to have it, at the end of the year and make it your WrestleMania, you can totally do that. It's all up to you. But I have it on July. You can edit it, so we're going to add it. Number of matches, we have 7. Host of shows, we want Raw to host this. And then your show details. So for Unforgiven, I would recommend doing the 1990s filter again. Your name is going to be Unforgiven, and then your old school referee, 2. Do not do a female referee, because, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was not female referees back then. If it was, it was really rare. So, yeah. Matchup screen, you're going to want Fighting Spirit, and it's going to be this orange one here. That one there. And then your transition, you want the sports, which is just a regular sports one. There. And then your replay screen design, you want the stars. So that one there. But the stars is going to be the blue one. Okay. And then the overlay design is Fighting Spirits again. But the orange one, so it's the red Fighting Spirits. It's not the blue one. Your watermark image, you're going to do the custom image. It's going to be that WWF image there again. So yeah. Custom images, I just did the Unforgiven image right there. That I just found on my images once I actually downloaded the actual image of the arena. Or once I downloaded the actual arena, it should come with it. Location, I just did Montreal, Canada. Commentary, I would do just general purpose again. And then your arena, we have WWF Unforgiven 01. So there you go. Cool, and we go and save it. And we can go and save this again. Perfect. Alright, we're going to skip July again because we have just WCW on there. Like I said, these pay-per-views, like at the time of doing this, I couldn't find any pay-per-views that were on this specific month that I'm doing. So again, these will be kind of all over, but again, it's your universe mode, so you could do whatever you want with these pay-per-views. I'm just simply having them as a template you guys can use. So alrighty, on August we have SummerSlam. Don't mind the old, like the more, the more modern era of WWE logo. But anyways, SummerSlam, I have this on a Sunday on the last week. So for SummerSlam, this is going to be SummerSlam 1998. So number of matches, you're going to want 8. Host shows, you want Raw to host this. And again, this will be on week 4. So yeah. And this will be SummerSlam 1998 again. So, alrighty. So show name, you're going to want SummerSlam 1998. Referee, I did WCW Referee 2. Screen filter, you want 1990s filter or whatever filter you guys want to do there. Sorry, I had to get a cough. Matchup screen, you're going to want to do sports. And it's just going to be the orange sports one there. Or you could do the spark, the yellow spark. But I would recommend doing sports. So that one there, the orange one. So you have blue, red, and then you have like the orange, yellow one. So that's the one I'd recommend. Transition, you want the same thing. It's going to be sports again. Replay screen design is going to be the 80s replay screen design, which is the white one, the white 80s replay screen design. Overlay design, you're going to want the yellow spark. There you go. Custom image is going to be that WWF one. And then the show images, I couldn't really, like at the time when I did this, I couldn't find a SummerSlam image that I did like, but I'm sure you can find one on Community Creations. Actually, to be nice, after this video, I will go ahead and upload a SummerSlam image for you guys, which will be in that comment section below of everything listed that you'll need. So I'll do that for you guys, actually. So just go to my creations, and you'll find one on there, and then you'll just go to custom images, and then you'll find it in there, and you'll put it there. Location, you want Cleveland, Ohio. I believe that's where it actually was. So that's what I would do. Commentary, I did SummerSlam 2024. But we'll again change it to general purpose. And the arena we'll want is SummerSlam 1998, of course. So that's the one we're going to do there. Alrighty. And then you go and save it now. Perfect. You're good to go now. Alrighty, so now we have Bad Blood on October 7th on the first weekend, or sorry, the first week, but it's going to be on Sunday. So we want 7 number matches of 7. We want Raw to host this show, and then your show details. So this is going to be Bad Blood 1997, of course, when Kane made his debut, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So referee, I just did WCW Referee 1. Screen filter, 1990s. Now matchup screen, I would do hardcore, but the purple one. So that one there. But again, this is all up to you. So if you think that something looks a lot better, then you can do that one. Alright, so I did hardcore, the purple. Transition, I did ECW One Night Stand 2006. That one there. And then the replay screen design, you have the steel, which is the orange fire. So that one there. Excuse me, guys. I had to itch my ear. And then overlay design, I would do goth. So it's this one. And it's that gray goth one there. And then your custom images, I'm going to do the WWF one again. Like last time. That small WWF logo. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Where is that logo? There it is. Alright, on. Show images. I'll upload a Bad Blood image up there for you guys. Don't worry about that. So you'll just find it in the custom images and I'll upload it for you guys. Location, you want Brooklyn, New York. Commentary, I did general purpose. And then arena is going to be Bad Blood 1997. So there you go. That is all set up for you guys. Alrighty, and again, we have a WCW pay-per-view there, but we do have a WWE pay-per-view on November. And I did this on a Tuesday, so this will be on the second week on November, on Tuesday. So you're going to want 9 matches, just because obviously Survivor Series is a lot longer. You want Raw to host this, not WCW. And then your show details. So, again, a lot of these are going to look really bootleg. And again, that's because the templates they give us obviously aren't the greatest when it comes to making this type of stuff. So, yeah. But anyways, we want Old School Referee 2, 1990s filter, and then we want the matchup screen to be stars, but the silver stars. So like the chrome, I guess, stars one. So transition, you want the steel, but the blue fire steel. Well, steel is the only one you can do. And then the replay screen design, we want Voyage. That one there. Actually, you could do steel as well if you want. This is all up to you again, like I said. So I'm just going to do Voyage, though. And then overlay design, we have Sports, which is the blue one there. And then your watermark image, I did the WWF one. Again. Custom images, we have Survivor Series, the actual custom one, which I believe came with the arena. So I don't have to upload anything there, so that's good. Location, we have Cincinnati, Ohio. And then commentary, we have Survivor Series, which will change this to just general purpose. But the arena, we have Survivor Series 1998, so there you go. And then you can go and save it. Perfect. So that's good there. And now let's go over to, on December, we have In Your House. So this will be on week 3 on a Wednesday. So this is In Your House, Buried Alive. So number of matches, you're going to want about 7. You want Raw to host this, by the way. So you want, for your name, In Your House, Buried Alive. Referee, you're going to want Old School Referee 2. Screen filter, you're going to want 1990s filter. And then matchup screen, you're going to want Goth, which is that one there. So it's not the green one, it's actually this one here. Transition, Goth again. And replay screen design, you're going to want the 90s and but the yellow and pink 90s one there. So that one there. And then your overlay design just wants to be Goth, but that like silver again. So, not the green one, but this one here. Custom images, we have the WWF logo. And I will upload a In Your House Buried Alive image for you guys, so don't worry about that. Location, we have Kansas City, Kansas. I just did that because I'm biased, but you could do whatever location you want, or you could even go on there and choose the actual location of where this event took place, sorry. Commentary, we're going to want general purpose, and then you're going to want arena, In Your House, Buried Alive right there. And what's cool is the creator of this actually added the casket thingy there, so that's really cool. Glad they actually added that. So, yeah. Alrighty. Moving on to January. So we have Royal Rumble on a Sunday on the 3rd week. Sorry about my chair squeaking. So number of matches, you're going to want about 9, just because it's Royal Rumble, so it's longer, obviously. Show details, actually, I'm lying. You want to do about 8, actually. We'll do 8. Show details, you're going to want the name to be Royal Rumble, and I just chose the 1997 arena. Old School Referee 2, Screen Filter 1990s. So the matchup screen, I would recommend doing the clock, but the orange clock, that one there. And And then I would recommend... Oh, I think the game froze. What? Okay, give me 1 second, guys. The arena must be really bugged, I guess. Alright. I do apologize about that, guys. My game just crashed on me, so I had to actually restart this whole thing all over again. So you know what? I'll actually provide you guys with a different Royal Rumble arena, unless it's just like a bug that happened for a second, or that arena could be actually just like bugged out. So let me check for you guys. Give me 1 minute. Is this arena actually bugged out? Yes, it is indeed. Okay, well, I'll provide you guys with a new arena. But for now, we'll go into show details, and you'll do the clockwork, the orange clockwork one. So it's like this one here. So it's by the Chrome. It's that one. And then you'll do transition, the Western transition, which will be that one there. And then, oh my gosh, dude, my game just, oh my goodness. I cannot move. Why? Why does it do this to me? Oh my goodness. Give me 1 minute. My gosh. Alright. Don't want to get copyrighted from that freaking dumb music that plays without me having the... I actually have all the volumes and everything off. So I don't even know why the music plays, but it just does. So that is really annoying. But anyways. So I'll actually pick you guys a different Royal Rumble arena, because that one is bugged. So, yeah. Yeah. I don't know why it is bugged, but it just is. So yeah, alrighty. Let's go back here again. So we're skipping Royal Rumble because that's bugged, but I will provide you guys with a show of Royal Rumble that you guys could just create and then add in the PLE, and then you'll just add in your custom PLE that you downloaded. So I'll provide that for you guys. Anyways, so moving on to March. So we have Over the Edge on the final month of March, and it's going to be on it'll be on March week 4 Sunday. Number of matches, we're going to do 7. So, alright, sorry about that. So, show name, you're going to want Over the Edge 1998. Referee, you're going to want Old School Referee 2. 1990s filter, and then your matchup screen, you're going to want to do the Red Spark. So, it's going to be that one there. And then transition, we'll do Spark again. And then your replay screen design will be the Western, but this like brown Western one. So it's that one. And then your overlay design will be Spark, the Red Spark. So the Red Spark again. And then your watermark image will just be custom image, so that WWF one that we downloaded. And then we have the Over the Edge custom logo thing that comes with the actual arena. And then a location, I just put this on random. So I just did San Diego, California. You could do whatever location or what the actual location was of the place. Commentary, we have general purpose. Actually, it might be on San Diego, California. I don't know. I've actually made this universe mode, a while ago, so I do forget, what research I did on this and stuff. So I apologize if it's actually on the location. But anyways, so yeah, as Over the Edge. Now we have April, so the final month. Oh my goodness, can you believe that? We're done with the video. So we have WrestleMania 14. So I have this on the final week of, sorry, third week of April, and this will be on Sunday. So actually, what I would recommend, yeah, that'll work. So yeah, Sunday. We're gonna edit this. So we want Raw to host this, and you want a number of 10 matches, just because obviously it's WrestleMania, so we want a lot more matches. So the show name you want WrestleMania 14. Oh, referee you want Old School Referee 2. You want your screen filter to be the late 90s filter. You want your matchup screen to be the Spark, but the red Spark. So that one there again. Transition, you're going to want to do the Spark. And then your replay screen design will be... it will be Fabulous, the blue one, or the blue-purple one, I think. Or you could just do this dark red one there. Doesn't look bad. Or you could do that red one there. This is all up to you, so yeah. I like the red sports one there. That one doesn't look bad. I'll do the red sports. I think the red sports one looks the best. Overlay design, we have futuristic, but the red one. So it's the red futuristic one. And that's actually what it looks like right there. But if you think it looks too modern, you could always do the sports blue one, because it has that red. But that's all up to you, of course. Watermark images, we want to do that WWF logo thingy again. There we go. Arena images, you're going to want this one's actually in the game, so go to arena images. And it will be somewhere. It's right there. Yeah, right there. So it's that one. And then the arena image will be right by WrestleMania 13's image. So right under WrestleMania 30's image, it'll be this one here. Right by WrestleMania 17. Location, you're going to want Boston, Massachusetts. Massachusetts. Oh my gosh, I can't even. Whatever. Boston, okay. You're going to want Boston, so it will be right under Boston MA. There you go. Commentary, we have general purpose, and the arena will be WrestleMania 14. And can you believe this when I say this, you guys? But we are actually done, finally. So that is everything. That is how you guys can create a Attitude Era Universe mode. I'm sorry if it wasn't as informative as it was last year. I kind of wanted to kind of switch it up this year. But anyways, so next episode we'll be showing you guys WCW. I'm going to go through and show you everything you're going to need to download. I'm going to tell you guys everything that you're going to need to download for this. So that will all be in the comment section below. Same for the WCW stuff. So yeah, alright. Hope you guys enjoyed. You guys can go watch the WCW one. So yeah. God bless. Hope you all enjoy. And have a good rest of your day. And treat others kindly.